This is a hard question. I don't really have much to say here. The strategy is kind of just like trust your instincts, but honestly, I don't think most people are going to have a strong instinct here. It's an odd phrase. It has a very specific meaning. This is what we would call like a diction question, where the reason we say the right answer is kind of just because that's what we say. It's not really something you could look up in a dictionary. It's not really something you could memorize. You've either kind of exposed yourself to this kind of language at some point accidentally and you know what's supposed to be said, or you don't. So you can't really worry about this question. The answer is A. Let me read the sentence out loud, see if it sounds good to you. Proponents of going digital say that technology is the easiest way to get the most accurate record of the proceedings, as the machine records everything faithfully as it occurs and is not subject to human errors such as mishearing or mistyping. Why is it that? Maybe you can hear kind of that subject for or subjected from are kind of bad. If you can't, I don't really know what to say here. It's just that those, to me, are weird. What we're really trying to say is that the machine records everything faithfully as it occurs and is not influenced by or exposed to human errors such as mishearing or mistyping. The problem with trying to define what we're saying here is, notice those are in the past tense, but B is wrong. Is if we say subject, we don't put it in the past tense because it's happening in the present tense in this sentence here. The everything it records everything as it occurs and is not subject to. It is not subject to. It records. Ugh, why is this jumping around? Records, subject. Like there's a parallelism there. I don't know what to tell you. Here's the deal. The writing section, if you study and you memorize the rules and kind of learn the rules that the SAT follows and get good at using dumb summaries to break down the lines and have a clear idea of what the accomplish the goal questions are asking for, you can do really well in the writing section. Like, they score this out of 40. I would say if you study, this is a very perfectible section. If you learn everything, you could easily set yourself up for a 35 to, let's say, 37 on every single writing section you take. That's kind of where you could be with just effort. However, that last 3 to 5 points is really just going to come down to luck. And it's because there are certain things in English that we say just because we say them, and they're not things that you can memorize. There's nothing I could give you. There's no list that I could give you for this because you'll never see this again. And another situation that's very similar to this one might have a different answer because that's how fickle the English language can be. We sometimes say words like to instead of from just because it's what we say, and it's not logical, it's just what it is. So that's the thing is, if you're getting a 35, 37, you're in really awesome shape, and the rest is going to come down to luck. You really can't beat yourself up over it. Just try to take more practice tests, try to cut down all the other errors, and then whatever happens with this kind of stuff is going to happen. But I promise you, no college is going to care about the difference between a 800 in reading and writing versus a 770 because you got the subjected to question wrong. No one is going to care. If you're doing that well, you're in great shape. Your college is not going to make those kinds of decisions. It's going to decide on grades and everything else. So that's my little rant about questions like this. You can do the best you can. You can narrow down some answer choices, but ultimately, hopefully, you've experienced these words at some point, and it's going to come down to that occasionally. But stuff with pronouns, you can't get that wrong. This is different. Not a rule per se, just a kind of diction style, the way we say it kind of thing. Trust your instincts. Hopefully they're there. If not, You did the best you could. That's all I can say.